All right, the sun's going down, but we got work to do. We got to go on a service call. So we're going to get going right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man, and these are red pliers. Red pliers. We better take them along because they bail us out of all kinds of situations. But we're going to go work on a 2-ton grain truck, and they said they can't get it started. I worked on this several years ago. It might have been before YouTube. I lose track of time. But at that time, what was wrong with it was it has like a resistance wire that is super long. It goes all the way over to the passenger side and back before it goes through the firewall, and that was the culprit. And I think we put a new coil on it maybe, and you know, did away with that wire and put an internally resisted coil on it, so we didn't have to have that, if I remember right. But like I said, it's been a long time ago, so we're gonna go check it out. He said that I told him at the time there might be something else that he had to do, and I have no memory of that thing. So we're gonna have to just go back and try to refresh our memory. I got the jump pack, I've got electrical tools with me. Hopefully we can come up with something. I tell you what, friends, we're on a race against the clock. The old sun's going down fast, and yeah. Now that the wheel bearing noise is gone, I hear other noises. My blower motor sounds like the big wheel from The Price is Right. I hear it going, and it's... You turn that off and that quiets that down, so I don't know. We'll live with it. We could also turn the radio on, which doesn't really work, but it does make sound. That would make us not think about the other thing. Basically, if you have a radio that works, you can make any noise fixed. All you gotta do is just keep turning that sucker up. So we might have to do that, but I'll bring you back when we get over there. I think I know where it's sitting in the shed. It's the same place that had that 1750 we worked on. So we're gonna go see if we can make this happen. Well, hello, old friend. How are you doing? Good to see it. Here is our feller, of course, in the dark corner of the building. Let me grab my flashlight so that we might see what's happening. I also believe I will probably be getting the jump pack almost immediately, but let's make 2 trips because that's the thing to do, right? I mean, why do it sensibly in one? I hope this light's got enough charge. It takes a long time to charge up. All right, it looks like last time I put a solenoid on it. So there's one thing. Unless that was the thing I told them they might have to do later. No, I'm pretty sure I put that on there. Oh, okay. I did not have a resisted coil, so I put on a resistor block. Why did I do that? I don't know. I bet that's because that's all everybody had on hand that day and they wanted to get it going. Or the other situation is possible that look at how nice this truck is though too. I mean, it's a nice one. How many miles has it got on it? It's got 93,000 miles on it, but it's like a new one. Okay, I'm wondering if I mean, this obviously has no clutch safety switch, but what I'm saying is I wonder if I hear it clicking when I turn the key on. Fuel gauge goes up. But I'm wondering if maybe that solenoid went bad. I'll push the clutch just for fun, but I don't. Nothing. Okay, so let's go get us a screwdriver and possibly a something to do some jumper wiring with. This would not be the first time that we've had to this would not be the first time that a brand new solenoid crapped out almost right away. As previously stated before, our parts that we get nowadays are just plain garbage. I think I'm going to get a jumper wire. In other words, make a jumper wire. All right. Ideally, I would stand here to the side so as I don't kill myself. And I need to remember what's what. That one on all Fords should be the cranking wire because it's red, white, and blue. Let's see what happens if I think this has got a ring terminal on the end of it. This thing I brought. So I might be able to do this. Yeah, I'm getting nothing there. So, what if I do this? Yeah, okay. So, I believe that really sucked the juice out of that wire, didn't it? I believe that our solenoid is bad. And that's kind of stupid because you look if you look at this solenoid, it's beautiful. I mean, look at how pretty that is. I obviously put that on not too long ago. I mean, another thing I thought just now to try, and I can't see if that's, I can't see, but I'm wondering, surely these didn't jump off and they put them in the wrong spot, did they? Let's try this one just to be sure. I think that's what happened. Okay, this ain't my first rodeo, friends. I'm betting that something pulled them off, or somebody, heck, maybe they did that. Maybe they changed that solenoid, and I might have told them to do that. I don't remember. It's just been too long. But I bet you that this is going to be a short video, because I bet you that's going to have fixed it. All right. Listen to that sweetheart purr. Let's back it out. I think this could probably be bought too. It's a sweetheart of a truck, but the thing is, what I would want, what I want one of these trucks for, this one's too nice for, and that would be for parts for my other one, you know. No brakes, obviously. None of these old trucks have brakes. What a sweetheart, though. All the gauges work. It probably hasn't been run in a long time. Let's shut it off and start it again. Yeah, this is a nice old truck. Don't die. Now, don't die. Hold still, truck. You just sit there a minute. Give it too much choke and it won't stay running either. We'll let that run a second. What you're going to want to do is put a metal box on the throttle. That's probably good for it. I wish you would idle. I think they said this is a 69 model, whereas mine is a 67, but it's very identical. It's got that twin post lift though, which I'm not a big fan of, but they've been using it as a water hauling truck for a year. I mean, if it was cheap enough, a guy ought to buy it, but I don't need another big truck sitting around doing nothing. It's a little worse on this side, I guess, than the other side, but boy, that interior is just gorgeous. It is not faded a lick. I'm just taking it all in, friends, you know. That one's got a locking ring rim, I believe. Or is that still a split rim? No, that's still a split rim, I believe. Mine's got one. Mine should have one locking ring rim because somebody ran into the truck and they had to buy him a new rim, so. I don't know. That's a nice old truck. I mean, for its age, it has very little rust just around the bottom of the doors. Yeah, what a nice thing. Probably a 330. That's what most of these big trucks were. A 330 V8. There's a little bit of differences I see between mine and this one. This has me fired up though to get mine done or back on the road because I love that truck. But like I said, this one is just too nice. They asked if I wanted to buy this and I don't know. I just, like I said, what I want one for is front fenders and a hoist. But this truck is just too nice to do that to. I just can't, I couldn't bring myself to part this one out, I don't think, to do it. I don't know. That's a conundrum, friends. On the other hand, if the water tank came with it, it might not be a bad thing to have a huge water tank. I mean, what is that, a 1,000-gallon tank probably, mounted in the bed? Although I don't know if there's ever been any chemical in it, or if it's just been water. I would want one that was just plain water, so that I could use it for livestock too, you know. I don't know. But we got her. And this was going to be probably a super short video, so I'll probably have to throw in some other footage because, I mean, less than 12 minutes and we got this running, so I don't know. We'll see what they decide to do with it or whatever, but I'm not really in the market for another truck, but it is a nice one. I mean, it deserves more than to just be cut up for scrap or whatever. And I think that's what happens to a lot of these big trucks. They just, people just don't need them. I mean, or want them, I guess you'd say. They just, they were at one time a dime a dozen. You know, everybody had a red 600 Ford. And nowadays, first of all, keeping brakes on them is the biggest problem. And then, you know, it's just one of them things. I guess a guy could buy it for parts and part it out and then resell what's left of it as a running truck, but I don't know. But it is a nice old machine, really, for compared to some of the ones I've seen and drug home. Needs a little bit of love, needs a little bit of carburetor work, because it doesn't want to idle very good. I got it obviously fast idling now. Huh. Good old feller. That's a beautiful feller there too, so I don't know. Whoops. Didn't mean to close it all the way, but let's drive her back in. It's hard to get over this seat. I mean, that, I wonder if they ever had that recovered. Probably not, but I mean, it's a beautiful interior of this truck. I mean, get in there, you. Uh-oh, I just thought of something. You remember how it doesn't have brakes? That front shed wall. I think it'll sit here. Turn on the light. If it's like anything of mine, it's left enough divots in the floor of the shed that it will always return to its happy place in the shed, you know. Well, I'm glad that that was a simple fix, and I can call him right now and tell him your truck is all healed. Okay, truck, I can't remember where the thing is. There it is. Get up, sir. I have to say, like, this hood even is probably one of the best hoods closing on a Ford truck that I have ever messed with. It's just, it's perfect. The springs and everything, like, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to. So, very nice, very nice. And this old faithful horse, I can't get over this either. This is one of the most beautiful tractors I think I've worked on. Oh, fuel stop pulled out. Yep. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. Our starting fix worked on that too. So, wonderful. Oh, look at who's coming through the darkness. Buddy the dog. What are you doing, pal? Just got back from our service call. Let me try to get our light. There we go. We'll get our light where we can go. It's not totally dark yet, but it's going to be shortly. But I got to put hay out for the cows. I thought maybe you could come along on that adventure, but I don't think you're going to be able to see anything. Another project I started and never got done, and I really need to, now that this is my hay going to getter tractor. I started to get headlights rigged up, because this thing has not had headlights on it my entire life. One of them's missing the bulb, and the wiring was gone, and fenders are rotted out anyway. But the reason being is, to get in the barn, to use the loader, you got to take the roll guard off, and the way it is, he just left the fenders. I think he took them off with the roll guard, and you didn't put those on when you did that. You just, because you'd have had to bolt something back on, and it wasn't worth that. He would take it off and hang it from a beam or whatever. So I'm sure you're not going to just keep running. Move one bale last night over closer, so we'll just go get the second one so we can do this reasonably quickly, and then we don't have any issues with stray bovines, because it's no fun chasing stray bovines in the dark, I'll tell you that. It would be to just have headlights, you know? Wouldn't that be a thing that would be nice to have? I should have probably done this first, but I didn't think that I'd get that truck fixed so fast. So I wanted the daylight for you, the viewer, you know, to be able to see. And you're not going to be able to see this very long, because it looks like you're at 10% battery for some reason. So you're quickly going away. Now, the other day we had much sadness here when I was trying to do this. Those cows just absolutely wanted out for some reason. They wouldn't give me a chance to get everything done, so I had to get off and close the gate, and then open the gate, close it again multiple times, and then one time I knocked it off the hinges. So I would rather not have a repeat of that, is what I'm getting at. There we go. Yes, I'm very environmentally friendly. I only use green plastics around here. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up, back up, back up. Go this way. Don't stand there and try to sneak out. Silly things. Try it. I already know how this operation works. I need to get I was going to change all this and never got that done either, but I wanted to extend my little loading pin and basically make this double gate so that I could always have the outer one closed and I wouldn't have to jump on and off so many times, but haven't got that done yet. Look out, moo-moos. It's hard to see you in the dark when you're the same color as the dark. Stay on there, Bale. We never did get to grade this off because it's pretty footprinted up and kind of rough. We might have to do that one day. We'll start Freddy and level this up a little bit. That way when it freezes, it's kind of smooth-ish. All right, that video doesn't seem like it's long enough or interesting enough. So I'll throw in some footage here. Let's work on this. And what we're going to do is we're going to change out and put in that new fuel line I bought. Then we'll try to crank it up and hear it run. Also, it's a half day of school, so I'll have to leave very shortly, and now I need to answer the telephone. So just a minute. All right, we're back. This turned out to be available. It is 2 different sizes, obviously, because that's what that is. And I'm just pondering here. I bet you it's going to be a struggle bus. Well, I'm reaching around to turn the fuel off. So we will forget that we did that, and then we won't be able to do, you know, the thing. But what I'm wondering here is, can I actually get that out of here without taking the filter housing off? And I bet the answer is no. I bet the answer is no. Look at how that's made in there. And that really kind of blows the Knudsen, because I'm pretty sure that those have, well, maybe not. Maybe those are threaded in there. I was thinking that those two had nuts in the, like on the back side that we'd have to hold. But that kind of feels like maybe they're threaded and tapped into that bracket. That would be super sweet if they were, because that would solve the problem we're about to have. See, this ain't no problem out here. We can easily get to this. Problem solved, you see. And we can easily get to that. We can also easily cover ourselves with diesel fuel. So that's handy. It's kind of gritty, kind of grimy, kind of nasty, kind of slimy. But that's the way life is. I have thoughts of putting that, well, we might do that later. We might put I have another new transfer pump. We might put that on this, and then take this one and put it on that tractor we're trying to get started if we need to. But yeah. So I believe if we switch gears to here, I'm having all kind of trouble with you today. That is 17 millimeter, I think we determined when we did it on the other one just the other day. But of course I have no tools right here, so sure. Let's say our well wishes now and hope. Let's hope that these will come out. Gotta move you a little bit. Let's hope they're threaded into there and they don't have a nut on the backside. That might go. That might go. I'm also kind of, oh no. Okay, friends, I see why the last guy did what he did. The filter housing is cracked. Somebody tightened in there too much and it's busted on top, and it looks like he's coated it with JB Weld and fornicated us. He didn't know he was doing that to us at the time, but sure enough he did. Let's get that broke loose. Now the thing about this is, these Fiats had two different styles of fuel filters. They had the style where there were two side by side, and then they had this style where you have the two of them separate. One's here, one's up there. So I have to find a lower, I might have one, I don't know, but I gotta go digging through some stuff. I might have put one away the other day. Let me go look. Well, friends, guess what? Sadness has befallen us. And I just now, while I was saying that, remembered something. Do you remember something? I remember something. I think there's another one of these in the toolbox. But that is not the right style. And that's what this guy found out too. He tried to fix it, and this is the style that has the tapered bolts and not the banjo bolts. But all is not lost, friends. I think I've come up with a solution that might actually be quite genius and solve two problems at once. Maybe not. So this feller, somebody's cobbled on return lines, and this is the kind we need. It's got both. I need two in ports and one out port. This one came off of an 1850, but it's not going to work because it's got a tapered seat style on that is also smaller, right? Let's take it apart and see. I was so proud of myself there for a second. I thought I could put this one up there and then use the other one down lower, but doesn't look like it's going to work out for us today. Okay, well, that does work. The banjo bolt will fit in there. Okay, so that's one problem solved. Then what we would need to do is we would need to, we'd have to take this one off so we could use it down below, which also, if we're gonna go to that trouble, we better get us some fuel filters, friends, because I don't think I ever changed these, did I? I thought I put that one on, but I don't think I did I? I think it was just the thing that it was. So, I mean, this is junk, so let's just go ahead and take this out of here. If it'll even come out again. It probably won't. It's coming out crooked because somebody wedged her in there good with some, I think it's permanently a fixture of that. This one should go up to that other one. But what I'm getting at, friends, is I think with what I got here, I can make this work. No, I can't. Never mind. Never mind. That's going to be just backwards of what I need. I need that in port, or that out port on that side. Man, I thought I had her figured out, but it ain't going to go. I got to find me another one of them in order to do this. So, what a bunch of malarkey, friends. I guess I won't take this too far apart here because we might have to run it again. What the guy did, why he cobbled this up then, was he sawed the original line in two, and he sawed off so he could get that piece and move it to that side, and then he could just put a hose between them, but that is cobbled up mess. I don't want that. So maybe that'll keep them clean. So we just failed on this, but we had to figure that out at some point, because we were going to make it right at some point. And so I don't consider that a failure today. We just figured out one more thing that we need. But now that begs the question, does this also work? Maybe I'm wrong about these. Maybe these things take the same threads and you can go banjo bolt or the other thing. All right, we're learning things. See, every day you can learn new things. This does not look spectacular, but if it would seal, our troubles would be over. Oh, see, that one had those rubber grommets in it on this one. Let's try this. That did screw in there. Let's see if it looks like it's not going to bottom out or anything before. I'm missing one washer, but I should be able to tell whether we are even remotely close. Oh yeah, that'll work. And that also, I think it's plugged up in the... I would like to know if air will go through it. Well, I'm going to say that this will probably work. And I guess the way I could tell is screw this all the way down, spray some stuff through it, and it comes out in there, so I think it will. So, that is not overwhelmingly good quality. It almost looks like it's been in a fire. Or maybe somebody tried to weld it. I don't know. But at any rate, we're going to have to do a little grinding on it to make it fit right. Also, the cleaning of it, it is very badly dirty. So, I think it's going to still be another video. We're not going to do it in this one. But I will pursue that further. And if that one doesn't work, I'll find another one and we'll make it happen. But we need to clean this up really good, and then we will decide if this is usable. And I think it should be. It looks like everything is in place. So in that case, then I would have my stuff I need. I need to dig those rubbers out of there, but that would fix that. So the last guy was thinking, he knew he had screwed up and he bought something else to fix it, or 2 guys ago, or however many. But yeah, moral of the story is there's several different styles of these cav filters, and you need to know what you got. So we'll start another video on just this tractor, because I want to work on the tire and whatnot, and we'll clean that up and see what we can make happen. But I think we got enough footage now for you to have something to watch, so we will call this video here. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.